The yellow canopy is dropping gold upon the cobblestones today. The chilly breeze is whispering of things we used to do and say. I walk along the avenue with collar turned against the northern wind, and search the gray sky for any sign of where our story pinned. The street lamp flickers twice, then settles on a warm and amber glow. It looks just like the theater lobby where we used to go. When winter was a distant dream and summer was a lingering friend, we never thought that such a beautiful design could find an end. The autumn air is sweet with roasted chestnuts on the corner stand. I reach into my pocket just to find a ghost of your warm hand. The carousel is turning slow and silent in the public park. A lonely silhouette is fading softly in the early dark. Oh, tell me, does the river still remember how we used to laugh and cry before the bitter season came and took away our summer sky? I trace the dusty memories we left behind on every wooden bench, a lingering nostalgia that no sudden passing storm can ever quench. We wrote our promises in pencil on the margins of a paper map, and fell asleep to sounds of rain that gently fell upon our lap. The music of the street is playing softly for the passing crowd, but I can only hear your voice repeating what we swore aloud. The cafe on the corner has the same old tables painted blue and white. The waiter pours the coffee as the city starts to wake for night. I sit alone and watch the steamer rise into the chilly winter air, and for a fleeting second I could swear that you were sitting there, with ink upon your knuckles and a yellow book open on your knee. You'd look up with a smile and find the perfect word to set us free. But now the chair is empty and the sugar cube dissolves in vain, and nothing but the phantom of your laughter starts to ease my pain. It is funny how the places that we love the most can turn so cold when there is no one left to share the secrets that we never told. We let the moment slip away like water through a garden sieve, and now we only have the silent ghost of how we used to live. Oh, tell me, does the river still remember how we used to laugh and cry before the bitter season came and took away our summer sky? I trace the dusty memories we left behind on every wooden bench, a lingering nostalgia that no sudden passing storm can ever quench. We wrote our promises in pencil on the margins of a paper map, and fell asleep to sounds of rain that gently fell upon our lap. The music of the street is playing softly for the passing crowd, but I can only hear your voice night we swore aloud.
Sign is buzzing like a tired insect in the dark. Across the empty square I hear the distant phantom of a dog's soft bark. The espresso machine is hissing steam into the smoky room, where lonely dreamers sit and try to chase away their midnight gloom. I watch the couple in the corner, trading secrets with their eyes. They do not need to speak a word to see through all the clever lies. They have the kind of quiet fire that we used to share, before we let the heavy world convince us we should never care. The waiter wipes the counter with a cloth of faded gray and blue, and asks me if I'm waiting for a friend who's overdue. I shake my head and smile, because the truth is hard to say, that everyone I ever loved is half a world away. So pour another cup of dark espresso for a weary soul, and let the lonely jazz piano play its melancholy role. We are all just strangers searching for a place to rest our heavy feet, where the shadows of the past and future somehow manage to meet. The clock upon the wall is ticking slower than the rising moon, and every passing minute says that morning will be coming soon. But here inside the shelter of this dim and warm cafe, we can pretend the rising sun is 20 years away. I trace a circle in the spilled sugar on the wooden tabletop, and wonder if the rain outside is ever really gonna stop. It runs in silver ribbons down the leaded glass of every pane, like tears upon the dusty cheek of memory and quiet pain. I used to write you letters on the napkins that they leave in stacks, and seal them with a kiss instead of crimson candle wax. But now the words are frozen in the coldness of my aching throat, and tucked away forever in the pocket of my winter coat. The music box is winding down its old familiar sweet refrain, a simple tune that only speaks of beautiful and vintage pain. We danced to it one evening on a bridge of weathered stone, and now I hum it in the dark completely on my own. So pour another cup of dark espresso for a weary soul, and let the lonely jazz piano play its melancholy role. We are all just strangers searching for a place to rest our heavy feet, where the shadows of the past and future somehow manage to meet. on the wall is ticking slower than the rising moon, and every passing minute says that morning will be coming soon. But here inside the shelter of this dim and warm cafe, we can pretend the rising sun is 20 years away.
The ancient stone is damp and cold beneath my heavy leather shoes. The sunset leaves a trail of violet light and deep and dusty blues. The barges glide like silent ghosts along the muddy riverbed, while all the words we never spoke are spinning in my head. I hear the current lapping at the pillars of the oldest bridge, where lovers lock their promises along the iron ridge. But keys have fallen to the dark and muddy depths below, where all our broken dreams and secrets silent softly grow. A street musician plays an old and dusty violin, with fingers worn and calloused from the places he has been. The melody is floating like a feather on the breeze, and rustles through the branches of the dying poplar trees. Listen to the river as it sings its ancient song of everything that went so right and everything so wrong. It flows through all the history of lovers in the dark, and leaves a little water stain on every quiet park. We thought our love was solid as the stone along the quay, but water has a way of washing everything away. So listen to the water as it whispers to the night, and wraps the lonely city in a shroud of silver light. The street lamps are reflecting like a row of fallen yellow stars. They shimmer in the ripples made by distant passing cars. I remember how we stood right here and watched the water gleam, and spoke about the future as if life was just a dream. You wore a coat of heavy wool and smelled of sweet patchouli spice, and told me that the winter in the city was so nice. But now the cold is biting and the river has no warmth to give, and I am just a ghost who has forgotten how to live. The tide is rising slowly as the hour grows so late. It does not care for human heart or any twist of fate. It only carries memories toward the open sea, and leaves me with the empty space where you used to be. Listen to the river as it sings its ancient song of everything that went so right and everything so wrong. It flows through all the history of lovers in the dark, and leaves a little water stain on every quiet park. We thought our love was solid as the stone along the quay, but water has a way of washing everything away. So listen to the water as it whispers to the night, and wraps the lonely city in a shroud of silver light.
Up 4 flights of winding stairs, of creaking dusty oak, above the chimneys puffing out their lazy rings of smoke. There lies a little room where we could watch the world go by, beneath a slanted ceiling and a patch of stormy sky. The easel stands deserted in the corner by the bed, with dry and dusty colors where the blue has turned to lead. Your brushes are still sitting in a jar of cloudy glass, to mark the quiet moments that we watched so slowly pass. The rooftops of the city stretch like waves of slate and clay into the misty borders of the fading winter day. We had no money in our coats, but gold was in our eyes, and we were far too foolish to be looking for compromise. But oh, the view we had from that high and windy place, where we could paint a smile upon the city's weary face. With every stroke of yellow and each wash of ocean blue, we built a little world that only belonged to me and you. Now the dust is settling on the frame we left behind, and all the vivid colors have begun to lose their mind. But if I close my eyes, I see the canvas start to glow with all the simple beauty that we used to know. I found a sketch of you today, tucked deep inside a book, with charcoal lines that captured your expressive, thoughtful look. You had a flower in your hair and laughter in your throat, and you were wearing nothing but my oversized old coat. The charcoal has begun to smudge and fade around the edge, like all the vows we whispered on the windy window ledge. But still the spirit of your youth is burning bright and clear across the lonely distance of another passing year. They say that art is long and that our lives are very brief, and every joy we borrow must be paid in heavy grief. But I would paint the attic room 1,000 times again, to hold you for a second in the cold and pouring rain. But oh, the view we had from that high and windy place, where we could paint a smile upon the city's weary face. With every stroke of yellow and each wash of ocean blue, we built a little world that only belonged to me and you. Now the dust is settling on the frame we left behind, and all the vivid colors have begun to lose their mind. But if I close my eyes, I see the canvas start to glow with all the simple beauty that we used to know.
found them in a shoebox at the bottom of the chest. A dozen cardboard memories of summers in the West. The edges are all yellowed and the postage stamps are old, but they still hold the warmth of days that never could grow cold. You wrote of sandy beaches and the color of the sea, and how you wish that I was there to keep you company. The ink is blue and elegant, a fluid running hand that speaks of lazy afternoons upon the sunny land. I trace the faded postmarks from a July afternoon when we believed that autumn was a million miles too soon. Your voice is in the paper and the scent of salty air still lingers like a phantom in the fibers hidden there. Oh, the sunny days are written on the back of faded views, with words of simple passion and the sweet and happy news. We thought our lives would always be as bright as southern skies before we learned the bitter truth of parting and goodbyes. Now the winter wind is howling through the keyhole of my door, and I am staring at the dusty floorboards once more. But in my hands I hold the key to all that we forgot, a little piece of paradise that time could never rot. One postcard shows a harbor filled with little wooden boats, and in the margin there's a line that someone else quotes. Something about the passing of the youth we held so dear, and how the sweetest memories can make us shed a tear. I remember how you looked when you came back that fall, with freckles on your nose and a new woven woolen shawl. You laughed and said the Mediterranean was warmer than my heart, but we both knew that winter was about to tear us apart. The letters that we never sent are louder than the rest. They are the ones that heavy weigh upon my lonely chest. I should have packed my bags and caught the early morning train to hold you by the water in the warm and summer rain. Oh, the sunny days are written on the back of faded views, with words of simple passion and the sweet and happy news. We thought our lives would always be as bright as southern skies before we learned the bitter truth of parting and goodbyes. Now the winter wind is howling through the keyhole of my door, and I am staring at the dusty floorboards once more. But in my hands I hold the key to all that we forgot, a little piece of paradise that time could never rot.
The sky has turned to charcoal and the streets are slick and black, and everyone is rushing with their collar to their back. But through the sea of trench coats and the shadows of the street, I see a splash of color where the passing strangers meet. A bright and crimson canopy is moving through the crowd, like a single happy whisper in a room that is too loud. My heart begins to hammer as I follow from behind, to see if you're the treasure that I always hoped to find. The rain is drumming wildly on the canvas of the shops, and dancing on the pavement in a million silver drops. I quicken up my pace until I'm walking by your side, with nothing but a hopeful heart and nothing left to hide. Oh, the storm can rage around us and the chilly wind can blow, but under your bright canopy we have a cozy glow. We do not need the sunshine to find a little grace, when we can share the shelter of this wet and windy place. So let the water fall and let the gloomy heavens cry. We have our own little corner of a bright and happy sky, and we will walk together through the puddles on the street, to the rhythm of the raindrops and the music of our feet. You turned and smiled at me beneath the dripping crimson brim, and suddenly the dark and gloomy world did not seem so dim. Your eyes were full of mischief and your cheeks were rosy pink, and you were far more beautiful than anyone could think. We did not know each other, but we did not really care. We shared a single moment in the cool and misty air, and walked along the river while the water started to rise, and found a quiet language in the meeting of our eyes. Some people spend their lives looking for shelter from the cold, and miss the lovely stories that are waiting to be told. But we were brave enough to stand beneath the pouring sky, and let the magic happen as the busy world went by. Oh, the storm can rage around us and the chilly wind can blow, but under your bright canopy we have a cozy glow. We do not need the sunshine to find a little grace, when we can share the shelter of this wet and windy place. So let the water fall and let the gloomy heavens cry. We have our own little corner of a bright and happy sky, and we will walk together through the puddles on the street, to the rhythm of the raindrops and the music of our feet.
The metal overhead is playing such a lively beat, a staccato lullaby above the empty street. I lie awake and listen to the pattern of the rain that washes all the soot away from every window pane. This tiny room is cozy with the stove of rusted iron, and we are warm and safe inside our little attic haven. Your head is on my shoulder and your breathing is so slow, while down below the street lamps have a soft and amber glow. The city is asleep beneath a heavy woolen cloud, and all the noisy avenues that used to be so loud are quiet as a churchyard in the middle of the night, with nothing but the water and the silver pocket light. Oh, let the rain play on the metal sheet above, and sing a quiet song about the beauty of our love. We do not have a palace or a garden full of flowers, but we have got the nighttime and these slow and peaceful hours. So hold me close and listen listen to the music of the storm, and keep each other cozy and so wonderfully warm. For there is no place on earth that I would rather want to be than here under the metal roof with you right next to me. I hear the water rushing down the rusty iron spout, and think of all the people who are wandering about, without a place to shelter or a hand to gently hold, left shivering and lonely in the darkness and the cold. But we have found a sanctuary far above the crowd, where we can speak our promises and never be too loud. The plaster may be peeling and the wallpaper is old, but every single memory is worth its weight in gold. And when the morning comes and we must face the busy day, and wash the sleep and dreaming from our heavy eyes away, we will carry in our hearts the quiet music of the night, to guide us through the shadows and the busy city light. Oh, let the rain play on the metal sheet above, and sing a quiet song about the beauty of our love. We do not have a palace or a garden full of flowers, but we have got the nighttime and these slow and peaceful hours. So hold me close and listen to the music of this storm, and keep each other cozy and so wonderfully warm. For there is no place on earth that I would rather want to be than here under the metal roof with you right next to me.
Our footsteps have an echo in the empty narrow lane, as we walk home together through the remnants of the rain. The street lamps cast long figures that are dancing on the wall. They seem to grow so giant and then suddenly so small. I hold your gloved hand tightly as we walk the winding way, and think of all the happy things we managed to say. The air is cool and crisp and smells of winter and of cold, and every little moment is a comfort to my soul. The city has a beauty when the crowds have gone to bed, and all the busy worries have departed from my head. There's only you and me beneath the silver crescent moon, and the promise of a kitchen that will warm up very soon. See how our shapes are mingling on the ancient gray stone floor, as we make our slow way to our heavy wooden door. They run ahead of us, then wait beneath the yellow light, like two familiar spirits of the quiet winter night. We do not need a map to find our way back to the start. We only need the compass that is beating in our heart. So let the shadows dance and let the chilly wind blow free, as long as you are walking on the cobblestones with me. We pass the old cathedral with its spires in the mist, where generations of young lovers must have stood and kissed. Their names names are carved in stone, but they have faded in the grime and lost their little struggle with the passing of old time. But we are here tonight, and we are vibrant and alive, and we have got the passion that will help us to survive. We leave our own light prints upon the wet and shiny ground, and make our quiet music without making any sound. The night is nearly over, and the stars are growing pale behind the lazy drifting of a cloudy silver veil. But we will not forget the lovely path we walked tonight, before the world was flooded with the early morning light. See how our shapes are mingling on the ancient gray stone floor, as we make our slow way to a heavy wooden door. They run ahead of us, then wait beneath the yellow light, like two familiar spirits of the quiet winter night. We do not need a map to find our way back to the start. We only need the compass that is beating in our heart. So let the shadows dance, and let the chilly wind blow free, as long as you are walking on the cobblestones with me.
In the corner of the market, where the dusty treasures lie, an old man sells the remnants of the years that have gone by. Among the rusty pocket watches and the copper rings are jars of metal shapes that unlocked so many things. I wonder what they opened once, a cabinet or a chest, or a heavy wooden door that led to quietness and rest. They are the silent witnesses of lives we never knew, and secrets that were whispered when the morning sky was blue. The wooden horses spin around upon the painted stand, and throw their yellow shadows on the cold and dusty land. The music box is playing with a sweet and tiny sound, as all the lost keys of the past go spinning round and round. Oh, spin the wooden wheel and let the melody go by, beneath the dusty canvas and the cold and winter sky. We are all just looking for the luck that fits our hand, and trying hard to make our hearts begin to understand that some things must stay closed and some doors are best left sealed, and some secrets are much sweeter when they never are revealed. So listen to the music of the turning wooden wheel, and find a little comfort in the sorrow that you feel. I bought a key of brass today with intricate design, and holding it in my hand I pretend that it was mine. Perhaps it opened up a desk where someone wrote a play, or a little jewelry box that kept the wedding band away. We lose so many pieces of our lives along the road, and leave behind the things that made us carry such a load. But somewhere in the clockwork of this crazy spinning world, there is a fitting key for every flag that is unfurled. We lock our hearts away because we are so afraid of pain, and put a heavy bolt against the cold and pouring rain. But then we lose the key and spend our lives in search of grace, to open up the windows of our cold and lonely place. So spin the wooden wheel and let the melody go by, beneath the dusty canvas and the cold and winter sky. We are all just looking for the lock that fits our hand, and trying hard to make our hearts begin to understand that some things must stay closed and some doors are best left sealed, and some secrets are much sweeter when they never are revealed. So listen to the music of the turning wooden wheel, and find a little comfort in the sorrow that you feel.
The summer had a fragrance that was sweet and heavy warm. Before we felt the first chill of the autumn's coming storm, we spent our afternoons among the rolling purple hills, with nothing to occupy our minds but checking paper bills. We drank the dusty bottle that we bought for 50 cents, and laughed at all our worries in our silly self-defense. Your hair was full of blossoms and your skin was sun-kissed brown, and we were far away from all the troubles of the town. The memory is vivid as the purple on the vine, and sweet as the sweet taste of that cheap and summer wine. We did not have a care and we did not have a plan. We were just two young dreamers in a dry and sunny land. Oh, bring me back the lavender and pour another glass of all the sweet and simple things we let so quickly pass. We thought the sun would never set upon our happy youth, before we had to face the cold and winter-bitten truth. Now the hills are gray and bare beneath the heavy snow, and I am sitting by the fire with its quiet amber glow. But I can still remember how the southern sun would shine taste the vintage sweetness of the lavender and wine. I keep a dried bouquet of flowers pressed inside a book, and every now and then I take a quiet little look. The color has turned grayish, but the scent is lingering still, to bring me back to that warm day upon the sunny hill. You said that we would never let our spirits grow too old, and always keep our hearts from turning bitter and so cold. But time has got a way of changing what we used to be, and leaving only pictures in the vault of memory. But I will not be sad because the summer had to end, and I will not regret the love I shared with such a friend. We had our little moment in the warmth of southern skies, and that is worth 1,000 of our tears and heavy sighs. Oh, bring me back the lavender and pour another glass of all the sweet and simple things we let so quickly pass. We thought the sun would never set upon our happy youth, before we had to face the cold and winter bitten truth. Now the hills are gray and bare beneath the heavy snow, and I am sitting by the fire with its quiet amber glow. But I can still remember how the southern sun would shine, and taste the vintage sweetness of the lavender and wine.
The white tile walls are sweating in the underground breeze, as I walk down the stairs with a heavy heart and shaking knees. The rumble of the trains is like a giant's heavy sigh, while hundreds of busy people hurry past and scurry by. But underneath the arches where the shadows start to grow, a lonely busker plays an old and dusty song I know. The notes are bouncing softly off the dirty ceramic tile, and make me stop and stand there for a quiet little while. It is a tune we used to hum when we were young and free, and walked along the avenues in perfect harmony. Now it sounds so hollow in this subterranean space, like a ghost that is trying to find its old familiar place. Oh, listen to the music in the belly of the town, where the worries of the world are always weighing down. It sings of distant summers and of skies of open blue, and all the happy promises that never did come true. We are all just passengers upon a running train that speeds through all the tunnels of our pleasure and our pain. But for a single moment we can stand here in the dark and listen to the music, leave it sweet and quiet mark. I toss a shiny coin into the open instrument case, and look into the deep lines of the musician's weary face. He has the eyes of someone who has traveled very far and played his simple melodies in every dirty bar. He does not look up at me, but he nods his silver head and plays the chorus sweeter than the words we never said. I feel a sudden warmth inside my cold and heavy chest, and for a fleeting second I can find a little rest. We spend our lives in motion, trying to find where we belong, and sometimes all we need is just the fragment of a song to bring us back to who we were before we lost our way, and give us hope to face the coming of another day. Oh, listen to the music in the belly of the town, where the worries of the world are always weighing down. It sings of distant summers and of skies of open blue, and all the happy promises that never did come true. We are all just passengers upon a running train that speeds through all the tunnels of our pleasure and our pain. But for a single moment we can stand here in the dark and listen to the music, leave it sweet and quiet mark.
Behind a dusty window pane of green and leaded glass are shelves of leather bindings where the quiet hours pass. The smell of old paper and of crumbling yellow glue is sweet as any flower that the springtime ever knew. I browse the heavy volumes of the poets of the past and wonder why the beautiful things can never seem to last. I find a handwritten note upon a margin of a page, a message from a lover of another modern age. It says that love is stronger than the passage of the years, and has the power to wash away our doubts and heavy fears. I touch the ink so gently with my thumb and quiet hand, and feel a connection that I do not understand. In this quiet sanctuary, where the busy world is still, and the river flows so softly past the window and the sill, we can find the stories that we thought were lost in time, and put our broken memories into a running rhyme. We do not need to hurry, and we do not need to speak. There is a simple comfort in the silence that we seek. So let the dusty books remain upon their wooden shelf, and let the lonely traveler find a peace within himself. The owner is an old man with a pair of reading specs, who sits in his corner and his ledger slowly checks. He does not pay attention to the rain upon the roof. He is happy with his volume and his quiet little proof. I think of all the afternoons I spent here by your side, when we were looking for a place where we could safely hide. We'd read the old stories till the light began to fade, and and walk home in the shadows that the giant arches made. But now I am here alone, and the pages are so dry, and all the classic heroes have begun to fade and die. But still I hear the whisper of your voice in every line, and remember when your hand was tucked so warmly into mine. In this quiet sanctuary where the busy world is still, and the river flows so softly past the window and the sill, we can find the stories that we thought were lost in time, and put our broken memories into a running rhyme. We do not need to hurry, and we do not need to speak. There is a simple comfort in the silence that we seek. So let the dusty books remain upon their wooden shelf, and let the lonely traveler find a peace within himself.
The fog is rolling heavy from the river to the street, and wrapping all the houses in a cold and damp sheet. The street lamps are like yellow eyes that blink into the gray, and guide the lonely wanderer along his quiet way. I walk along the towpath with my hands inside my coat, and listen to the warning of a distant riverboat. It is a sad and lonely sound that echoes through the night, like someone who is searching for a touch of warm light. I see a blurry figure moving slowly through the gloom, like a character who has escaped from some forgotten room. We pass each other silent, with our eyes upon the ground, and walk into our separate worlds without a single sound. Oh, the city has a mystery when the mist is on the ground, and every little whisper has a strange and hollow sound. We are all just looking for a light to guide us home, and keep our weary spirits from the urge to sadly roam. So let the lanterns flicker in the cold and heavy air, and show us that a little hope is shining here and there. For even in the darkest night and in the deepest fog, we can find the path we lost with our faithful companion dog. I remember how we walked here when the autumn was so young, and all the happy melodies were waiting to be sung. You laughed at how the mist would make your curly hair so wet, and said it was a picture that you never would forget. But now the cold is bitter and the memories are gray, and everything we had has begun to drift away, like the smoke from my cigarette that rises in the damp and disappears forever by the light of every lamp. But still I keep on walking through the quiet and the cold, and holding to the stories that we never fully told. For somewhere in the whiteness of this silent winterland, I can feel the gentle pressure of your warm and loving hand. Oh, the city has a mystery when the mist is on the ground, and every little whisper has a strange and hollow sound. We are all just looking for a light to guide us home and keep our weary spirits from the urge to sadly roam. So let the lanterns flicker in the cold and heavy air and show us that a little hope is shining here and there. For even in the darkest night and in the deepest fog, we can find the path we lost with our faithful companion dog.